KE8VZA returning the BeaconNet pre-show. Will start in about a minute and a half at the bottom of the hour. I've got a few check-ins, a handful of check-ins already, and if you would like to check in before the pre-show, that's fine. We have about, like I said, about a minute plus, so give me a call.
K8BZA, K8QKO.
Go ahead there, Nick.
All right, Eric. I figured I'd just check in with you here a minute early. I'm going to go back and watch the next half hour of the Super Bowl with my family before I come back and, run the net. So I guess with that, I'll pass it back to you, sir. You can skip me on the roll call, and I will talk to you in about a half hour.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
KE8QKO, KE8VZA. Very good, Nick, at night. No problem. We'll see you at the top of the hour. QST. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal here is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and this is the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, just to the west of Akron. And our frequency here is 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect to us via Allstar. 48496 is the node number, or Echolink W8WKY-R. The BeaconNet pre-show is a controlled net, and I ask that all traffic pass through net control. Yours truly. Urgent and emergency traffic, please break in at any time. And have I missed anything here? The BeaconNet meets Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, with check-ins beginning at 9:30, sometimes a little before. And we're here. So again, this is KE8VZA. I'm going to take a break for time, and then we'll check in with our net control team. KE8VZA returning. We already heard from our net control station, KE8QKO, who will join us at the top of the hour. He's sounding good, and he's ready to go. And next on the list is Dustin, KD8EPC, with no responsibilities whatsoever. Are you out there, Dustin? And are you going to hang around for the net tonight?
KE8VZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. Good evening to you, Eric. I'll tell you what, my eyelids are getting pretty heavy here. I don't know that I am going to make it, so just mark me in and out tonight, because we're couches on the air on Echolink here. So with that, this is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
W8WKY.
Very good, Dustin. Got you on the log here. It's in and out. Good to hear you tonight. And 73. We will clear with KD8EPC. And let's go down to our next station, Just Nick, KD8SLG, who might be melting some more ice. How you doing, Just Nick? Are you out there? And are you going to hang around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. I, of course, had to wait for my Node ID because it hasn't done it in hours. So right before I key up is when it has to ID. Some kind of Node ESP. Anyway, man, I'm going to do my best. But the drugs are kicking in. So if sleep calls, Nick answers. Have a great net. It's KD8 SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick. Yeah, give it your best effort. No problem. If we get around the horn and you've cashed it in for the evening, no worries. And I hope your road to recovery is a smooth one thus far and continues to be smooth. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8 SLG. And next we'll go down to W8HRF, Josh. How you doing tonight, Josh? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KEA VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. Betty in the background says hi. I'll be sticking around, Eric. Talk to you in a little bit. Thanks for doing the pre-show. KEA VZA, back to you. This is W8HRF.
You are welcome, Josh, and hello to Betty. And good to hear both of you tonight. Got you on the log. Next, we'll go down to KE8YUK, Lucy, who has trivia tonight. I have it on good word. How you doing tonight, Lucy?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK, and also Betty again. He says hi, right? Right. I do have alt trivia. It only just now dawned on me that it should probably be football themed, but I didn't think of that in time, so you're going to get what you're going to get. And, oh, and we went to Cece's house, she wants to tell you. And we saw Pap Pap. All right, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, we'll be sticking around. Back to you, Eric.
All right, very good, Lucy, and hello again, Betty. Betty's popping up everywhere, and sounds like she made the rounds today on the visitation loop, so that's cool. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8YUK. Thanks, Lucy, for doing alt trivia tonight. Next on the list is KI5DAY Allen, who is off for tonight, so 73 Allen, and that brings us to the bottom of the list. Let me read off who we have, and let me take a break, and I'll come back and do that. KE8VZA returning with the Beacon Net pre-show. So far we have here on the log AB8MO Andy, W3ETB Eddie, who asked to be in and out tonight, 73 Eddie, and K5CFY Ray in the customary 10th slot, and KE8ZRY Jeremy, KC5RBG Shannon, who checked in via mobile, and he is going to be in and out tonight, and 73 Shannon, and KF8G Brian also checked in and out, 73 Brian. Thanks to both of you for stopping by. And that brings us to the bottom of the list. So let's take some more check-ins, and then we'll work the list and see who's going to stick around and who's not. So anybody that wants to get on the log, please give me a call.
The match is also short time.
All right, copy AF5JB, Matt in Tulsa, short time. We'll get back to you in just a minute here, Matt. Any other stations that would like to get on the log before we work this list? I'm KE8VZA. Please give me a call.
At 5, India Tango Kilo. Kilo Juliet 5, India Tango Kilo. Scott in Waco, Texas.
Okay, I'll pick it up there.
CA, Fox Queen Victor.
All right, let me pick it up there. This is KE8VZA returning with the BeaconNet pre-show. That second to last in and out station, could you please repeat your call sign phonetically? I didn't quite catch it. You were also pretty scratchy on the receive end here.
Juliet Hotel Corvette, KI5JHQ, in and out. Kilo India 5, Juliet Hotel Corvette.
KI5JHQ, KE8VZA. Good copy there, Justin. Thank you. Got you on the log, in and out. 73 to you. And we'll catch you down the log. Okay, other stations I picked up were KJ5ITK, Scott, and KC8FQV. Anyone else before we work this list, please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Zulu Romeo, KE8ZZR, Harry in Wadsworth.
Whiskey 8, Tango, Foxtrot, Mike and Huron, you can mark me in and out tonight.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango, AA8CT, Craig in Shreve.
All right, I'll pick it up there. Okay, that round we picked up KE8ZZR Harry, W8 Tango Foxtrot Michael, and AA8CT Craig, and that's good. Excellent. Well, we'll go ahead and work this list now. Let's start with our short time station, Matt in Tulsa, AF5JB. How you doing tonight, Matt? And since you're short time, do you want to make a few comments for the net at this time?
Yeah, copy. I appreciate that. Getting on the unit, everybody else on the net. I've been watching, I'm listening to the game, and it's pretty lopsided, but I guess the Eagles going to run away with it, but I'm still an interesting game, but other than that, excuse me, it had a good weekend. I'm thinking to see my friends I tell them because they're both working, so I just stayed in town and headed to a place called Main Event. I played the Voice Watch Fat Band and the Supercars and kind of hung around there for a little bit. Got tired, went home and played some Miss Fat Man, some Hustle Bobble, and some other games there. Mario Brothers, the original one. Super Mario Brothers. I played that in a long time, but we got to play that. Kind of hang around the house for a little bit. Having a beer and went to bed. Of course, got my laundry done and all that. And supposed to be some snow coming up. Possible snow the middle of the week here. It's currently 38 degrees right now, but about Wednesday, supposed to get something like that here, but hopefully not. Other than that, thanks for having me on. You steady 3, and I'll catch y'all next time, and have me. Steady 3, this is AFI-JB, Matt. City Tulsa, Oklahoma. Get back to control. Good to hear you, and catch y'all next time. Thanks again.
All right, very good, Matt. Sounds like you had a good weekend, even if you didn't get to go visit your friends this time. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. And 73 to you. Have a good week going forward. We'll clear with AF5JB, and we'll go up to the top of our list here. And first up is Andy, AB8MO. How you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
All right. You didn't tell me the BeaconNet team unionized and Allen's on strike, but I thought my ears were deceiving me when I heard KI5JHQ the first time. Hi, JD. It's so good to hear you. And, yeah, you're making it. I copied you. Yeah, you had a little noise, but I'm not complaining. It's so good to hear you. Yeah, I'm rather surprised at how well the game is going. I guess Kansas City finally scored. I think they got a touchdown, but must have missed their extra point. But I was really expecting it to be just the opposite. I thought Philadelphia was going to slaughter Kansas City, and it's turning out to be quite the opposite right now, which I'm okay with. All right, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'll stick around. Hopefully I'm getting in the machine okay with an HT. Try not to destroy the television signal. Back she comes. This is AB8MO.
All right, Andy. Yes, good copy into the repeater. Sounds good. Your HT is working well for you. And, yeah, I've got the game on next to me here, just kind of peeking at it once in a while. I think Kansas City went for 2 points after that touchdown, and they missed it, I think. Don't quote me, but I think they did. And well, obviously they missed whatever points they went after that. But anyway, good to hear you. And Gary, AAHCS, is probably not going to be too happy. He put a little bit of money on the game, I hear, and was hoping for the Chiefs to win and have a three-peat. But anyway, we'll clear with AB8MO. Good to hear you tonight, Andy. And next up was W3ETB Eddie, who checked in and out tonight, 73 Eddie. And then that brings us down to Ray, K5CFY. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
E8, VZA, and the net. This is K5CFY. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, not much of a Super Bowl game, but I was hoping it'd be a little closer than that. But anyway, good to hear everybody out there. I'll definitely be hanging around. So we'll give it back to you. K5CFY.
All right, Ray. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem to be going the way most people were thinking it would probably go, but it's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Ray. Got you on the log. We'll go on. We'll clear with K5CFY. I'm KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. Next station up here is KE8ZRY Jeremy. How you doing tonight, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA, KE8ZRY. I'm doing fairly well tonight. Sitting here watching the game. Not much of the game. I think Kansas City decided to stay on the bus for a while. But I am going to stick around as late as I can. I'm kind of tired tonight, so I may head out a little earlier, but I'll let you know on the blue screen. With that, I'll pass it back to you. It's KE8ZRY.
All right there, Jeremy. We'll keep you on the log for now. And if you head on out elsewhere, before we get around the horn to you, no problem. So we'll clear with KE8ZRY and go down. Let's see, our next station, KC5RBG Shannon, was in and out tonight, as was KF88G Brian and AF5JB Matt. Well, we already talked to Matt. We just talked to Matt. So the first two stations, Shannon and Brian, were in and out. 73 to both of you. That brings us down to KJ5ITK. Scott, down in Texas? It looks like Waco, Texas. How you doing tonight, Scott? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, I'm going to try to, but if call out to me and 2 seconds later I didn't answer, then move on. But yeah, I'd kind of fallen off NFL football years ago whenever they decided to stop recognizing our national anthem, but I'm kind of coming back around to it now, and I called it early on tonight before the game ever started. I felt like the Eagles were going to win, but naturally that is what is occurring right now. But back to you, Nat. Thank you for running that tonight, and KJ5ITK clear.
Okay, Scott, very good. I have you on the log, and if you drift off into dreamland when we get around to you again, that's okay. But I'll leave you on the log, and it's apparent that Philadelphia did their homework and then some. So it seems like they can almost predict Mahomes' moves. It's very interesting. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Scott. We'll clear with KJ5ITK. And we'll go on down next to, let's see, it was KI5JHQ, JD, who was in and out. He's in the blue screen chit-chatting. So, JD, if you want to do a recheck at any time where there's an opening, feel free to do so. After that is Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Okay, 78. Yeah, I'm going to stick around. My home cam coming through? No, it's not. Not too well. We'll stick over to the Allstar. I don't know what my radio's doing over there. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. It was steady. So I went back over to the Wi-Fi and connection, the high band, or low band, or micro band. But yeah, I'll stick around. So, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, very good. Got you on the log as sticking around. We'll clear with KC8FQV. We'll go on down next to KE8ZZR Harry. How you doing tonight, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
W8WKY.
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Eric. Yes, I will be sticking around watching this Super Bowl game here. Best thing going is the Eagles are winning. So that's it. Back to you, KE8ZZR.
All right, Harry, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KE8ZZR. I am KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. After Harry was Michael, W8TTF, who checked in and out tonight, 73 Michael. And after that, we go down to Shreve, AA8CT. Craig, how you doing tonight, Craig? Have you been watching this Super Bowl game? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KE8VZA, AA8CT. Good evening, Eric. Yes, I have been watching the Super Bowl, and I used to be a big football fan, but I've heard several others say not so much anymore. That's me. Will I stick around for the big show? Of course I will, unless my eyeballs went out, but I normally get at least to hear the trivia questions and give my unintellectual vote, but I don't always hear the answers. So I know you've got to know you're getting close to the top of the hour, so I'm going to back out of here. Thank you for running that again as you've done in the past. I appreciate it. And with that, this is AA8CT back to KE8VZA. Thank you, Eric, and have a good evening. Thank you, sir.
You are very welcome, Craig. Got you on the log here, sticking around. Good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with AA8CT for now. After that, checking in and out via the blue screen was Chuck down in Florida, WB4AIZ. If you're listening, Chuck, 73, thanks for checking in. And that brings me to the bottom of the list. We have 5 minutes left. Well, maybe a little less. Let's call it 4.5 minutes left before Nick at Night takes over. If you'd like to check in before that, give me a call. And Nick will be taking more check-ins once the main net gets rolling as well. But I'm listening.
November 9, Oscar Delta Mike, mobile.
KB8LJ.
All right, I'll pick it up there. We picked up 2 stations. November 9, Oscar Delta Mike, Mike Mobile, and KB8LJ Chuck. Let's go up to Mike. November 9, Oscar Delta Mike. How you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
I'll stick around as long as I can. I'm just heading home at the moment and happened to find that there was a net going, so I thought I would check in. Other than that, we don't have any additional traffic.
All right, Michael, very good. We got you on the log here. And after that, we'll go down to Chuck, KB8LJ. How you doing, Chuck? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Okay, Eric. Things are doing pretty well here, and I think I will stick around for the main net. Maybe just one general comment. It seems that so many of the people I run into are so upset about what's going on in Washington and so on that they're just stressed to the limit, and they're doing all kinds of crazy things, and that clearly have nothing to do with anything that's going on in Washington, but they're stressed and don't know how to react. So with that, KB8LJ, back to net.
All right, Chuck, got you on the log. Is sticking around. Yeah, I think there's always a level of uncertainty when things are going through big changes, so it makes people a little nervous. So, yeah. Anyway, good to hear you, Chuck. And I picked up, we'll clear with KB8LJ. This is KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. We picked up one more from the blue screen. Steve, he says he's just lurking tonight. So, Steve, we'll mark you in and out. NU5D, thanks, and 73. Okay, that brings me to the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else? We have like a minute or so, a little over a minute. If you'd like to get on the log, please call now.
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee KI5DAY mobile.
Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee.
right, picked up KI5DAY. Alan, mobile. Oh, we thought you were off tonight. Anyway, we got you on the log here. Are you going to stick around for the main net, or are you just passing through?
Yeah, I got about a 25-minute ride home, maybe 20 minutes or so. So when I get there, I'll be on the net. So I'm gonna be tardy. Right now, I'm out here driving around the Charger. Check it out. I don't know if you heard that or not, but that was me speeding, looking for a ticket. Anyways, just leaving a Super Bowl party with my class. We were watching the Super Bowl, but it got pretty ugly, so everybody started leaving eventually, and I'm heading home now. So I'll be there in a little bit, but I just told Dustin and Nick before that I wouldn't be there in time probably for old trivia. So anyways, I'll be there in a bit. KI5DAY.
All right, very good, Alan. Got you on the log here. Good to hear you tonight. Lucy's going to pick up alt trivia tonight, so no worries. Hope the party was okay up until you left anyway. Okay, we'll catch you later. KI5DAY, and this is KE8VZA with the Beaconnet pre-show. We picked up one other station there, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee. Robert, how you doing tonight, Robert? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Good afternoon. This is Robert, BK2UI. So there's a lot of QRM in the background there. Yeah, I'll be sticking around. It's wet, rainy day. We've got 3 inches of rain so far, and it's not stopping. So I'm not going anywhere today. It's also only about 70 Fahrenheit, so coolish summer day here. So thank you. BK2DY.
All right, very good, Robert. I have you on the list as sticking around. Good to hear you tonight. And 70 degrees Fahrenheit sounds quite pleasant. We had 30 today, rough, right around 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So wasn't terrible. My driveway is like a skating rink, though. Anyhow, thanks, Robert, for checking in. We'll clear with you for now. So this is KE8VZA, and we're going to go ahead and turn it over to our net control station tonight, KE8QKO. Nick, take it away.
All right, thank you, Eric. Fine business on the pre-show. Good evening and welcome to the BeaconNet. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WAWQI repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. This is directed nets. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends at Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. So we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, if there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard there. Do we have any stations that have not already checked in the pre-show that would like to check in with the BeaconNet? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Alpha India 5, Quebec AI 5Q, Jerison, Tulsa, in and out tonight, going to bed.
Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Charlie, Oscar, Oscar, KF8, COO, Doug from Maslin. I'll be in and out.
All right, we got a couple good in and out check-ins there. We have AI5Q Jerris and KF8 COO Doug. Good evening, gentlemen, and enjoy your sleep. Okay, I think at this point, we're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. We're going to start with KE8VZA. Eric, what trivia do you have for us tonight, sir?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA with the main trivia question. Here we go. In what city was the first commercial cellular network deployed? Your possibilities are Alpha, Atlanta, Bravo, Boston, Charlie, Chicago, or Delta, Denver. Let me take a break and I'll read it a second time. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. In what city was the first commercial cellular network deployed? Choices are Alpha, Atlanta, Bravo, Boston, Charlie, Chicago, or Delta, Denver. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. I'm going to think on that one. Might have been a little more helpful with a year, but I'm guessing there's a reason that was left out. All right, well, I'll think about it, and I will write down my answer. Next, we have a guest alternate trivia master this evening, and that is KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, ma'am? And what do you have for us tonight?
Oh, man, I just totally forgot. QKO. QKO. Here's y'all trivia. Alexei Leonov conducted the first spacewalk, but what else did he do? A, he created the first work of art in space. B, he drew the first graffiti in space. C, he lost almost all the onboard pens. Or D, he escaped a blind date with Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, who did not realize that Alexei was male. Again, all trivia. Alexei Leonov conducted the first spacewalk, but what else did he do? A, he created the first work of art in space. B, he drew the first graffiti in space. C, he lost almost all of the onboard pens. Or D, he escaped a blind date with Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, who did not realize that Alexei was male. Good luck, everybody. Back to you, Nick, at night.
All right. Well, thank you, Lucy. I think I know which one I'm going to guess for, so I wrote mine down. I'm still thinking about what I want to do for Eric's. And thanks for doing the all trivia tonight. We're going to start with, as we go through our list, we're going to start with AB8MO Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO on the Beacon Net on this Super Bowl Sunday. This is AB8MO. Looking at the score, I would have thought I've been watching an Ohio State football game. 40-14. I don't think Kansas City's going to win, but they decided to start playing some football, I guess, the second half. A little too late. So I think the Eagles are just going to kind of coast this one out. We shall see. Let's see. For trivia, I'm going to go in the rendition of Little Bar, Charlie and Charlie on both of them. How about that? Well, glad we got a little snow to cover up all the ice in the driveway. At least it's walkable now. But it'll probably compact, and it's going to be an ice rink again. So I haven't had to deal with this much icing in the driveway in many years. So everything's all nice and white again here in the land of snow and maple syrup. So hey, maybe we'll have extra good weather for lots of sap, for the sap to be running here, which it's actually too cold. I thought it was going to warm up enough. Sometimes they tap them early to mid-February, but the buckets aren't up yet because it's too cold. So definitely should be by the end of February. That's all I got from here. Thanks for picking up the net there, Nick at Night. Everybody have a great night. This is EB8MO.
All right, well, thank you, Andy. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Charlie. You know, I wasn't thinking about an Ohio State game. I was actually just wondering when the Browns moved to Kansas City. I mean, geez, they're getting stomped. It was ugly. The Bates are playing a little bit better now, but it's still pretty ugly. Our next station is In and Out. That's W3ETB. And next we're going to go down to K5CFY. Ray, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
QKO in the net, K5CFY. Good evening there, Mr. Nick at Night. I'll wave a hand there at Mr. Eric on the keyboard. Thank you guys for keeping the beacon net going. I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha. I don't have a clue, so I'm going to go Alpha and Alpha. Thanks for running that. I'll get off of here and let's keep on going. K5CFY.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Thanks for checking in with us there. You got you down for Alpha and Alpha. Next, we get on to KE8ZRY. Jeremy, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, KE0Y, Jeremy Van Ashland. Not much going on tonight. Just doing some relaxing, watching the football game, getting ready for the week. It's cold outside. Trying to stay warm. It's kind of cold in this old house. For my trivia, main trivia, I'm going to go with C. And then alt trivia, I'm going to go with E painted. Or I don't remember the exact letter for multiple choice, so I apologize. But E painted in space. With that, I'll send it back over to next control. KE8ZRY 1073. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Jeremy. We got your answers down for C, Charlie, and Delta. Thanks for checking in there. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390. Positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And after Jeremy, we had 3 In and Out check-ins. That's KC5RBG, Real Big Guns. And then we had KF8G and AF5JB. That takes us down to KJ5ITK. Scott, how you doing, Scott? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo, Julia 5, India Tango Kilo. Scott, you're out there, and do you have comments for the net?
W8WKY.
All right, nothing here from Scott there. Perhaps he had to step away. Our next station, KI5JHQ. JD was In and Out. And that takes it down to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing, Mark? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, that got a lot, but I might recheck later. KSFQV, back to net control.
All right, Mark, happy to take some rechecks. Did you want to answer our trivia questions?
See in a minute, I can call them, but I will look and see what they are, and I'll come back later. KSFQV.
All right, copy that, sir. Thank you. Next, we have KE8ZZR, Harry. How you doing, Harry? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Nick at Night. Let's do the trivia first before I forget. I'm going to go with the main trivia is C, and the alternate is A. A is an alpha. Not much going around here. Just like everybody says, dealing with the ice, and it's like a skating rink out there. But it is February, so we're a day closer to spring. I keep telling my wife that. And I was glad to see Philadelphia put the wraps on this game almost, and glad that the Chiefs aren't there. I'm getting tired of Mahomes. So, anyways, I'll turn it back to net control. This is KE8ZZR clear.
All right, thank you, Harry. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think it feels like Philly's got it wrapped up, but man, Kansas City finally figured out how to play football with 2 minutes left in the game. And it reminds me of a story. When I lived in D.C., I didn't really get to watch the Browns play, especially after they came back and they moved to Baltimore, because it wasn't on the TV down there, and we didn't have streaming and things. I remember I was watching a Redskins game, and then right afterwards, they switched over to the end of a Browns game. They were playing the Bears, and the Browns were up. I think they were up by like 14 points or something. And I'm like, oh, they got this nailed. It's like 2 minutes left. And then the Bears had some special teams stuff they had practiced with onside kicks, came back, scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal and won it. It was freaking nuts. So you never know. Strange things can happen. Next station here is AA8CT Craig. How you doing, Craig? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8, QKO, AA8CT. Good evening, Nick. Like everybody, it was not a very exciting football game, but I watched and then I drifted. Then I came over to the computer and played a little bit, but all in all, pretty boring. I am going to go with, for the trivia answers, A and C, alternating current. Don't have any good reasoning why, but I thought for some reason my ancient history mind said that Atlanta was one of the first towns to get cellular, but that I could be wrong, and I didn't look it up. So with that, I'm going to send it back to you, and have a great evening, and as always, thank you for what you do. You and Eric and the rest of the crew keep the Beacon Net beaconing, and we keep getting more and more people, which is excellent. So with that, back to you. KE8, QKO, this is AA8CT. Back to you, 73s, and I will be listening, and if my eyes keep open, I will even hear the answers. Thank you, 73s.
All right. Thank you very much there, Craig. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha and Charlie. Alpha and Charlie. I forgot to mention, before you we had W8TTS in and out, and then after you we have WB4AIZ in and out, and that takes us down to N9ODM. Michael. How you doing, Michael? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Now, Control, this is November 9, Oscar Delta Mike Mobile. My guesses for the trivia would be Delta and Charlie. I don't believe I announced earlier, my QTH is in Dyer, Indiana. And that's all the traffic I've got for the net. Back to you. And then ODM Mobile.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael. Sorry, I didn't realize you were mobile. My bad. I should have called on you earlier, but I'm glad you're able to get in there. I'll try to pay more attention in the future. Like I said, we got your answers down for Delta and Charlie. And for everybody that's watching, it's official. Philadelphia won the Super Bowl. So, got on my phone in front of me. And, yeah, that's it. Next station here is KB8LJ. Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, I just want to thank you and also Eric for the excellent job you've been doing as net control. And I will go with A for the first trivia question and C for the second. So KB8LJ, back to net.
All right, thank you, Chuck. I know you said them, and I'm pretty sure my net logger got them. I heard them. They didn't register. Maybe Alpha and Charlie, there they are. You got your answers in. Thanks for checking in, Chuck. I appreciate it. Next station is in and out. That's NU5D, and that's going to take us down to VK2DY. Robert, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beaconette tonight?
Good afternoon again. This is Robert, 3K2DY in northwestern Sydney. Well, we've had another bit of rain here. We're up to 4 inches of rain today. Still raining out there. Anyway, it is what it is. Not a whole lot exciting happening here. The summer break ended last week, last Thursday, I think. All the schools had their first day of school, and everything's started up again here. So life is returning to normal after the holidays. Holidays just sort of drag in through January and into February, and they're finally over, and life is just going back to normal. Anyway, other than that, nothing else to share. I'm going to go, I don't remember the letters for these, but I'm going to go with Chicago and artwork, and I really don't remember the letters for those. VK2DY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Robert. You know what? I'm going to go reread those trivia questions, or have them reread. I'm not going to read them. I have people for that. And just in case anyone else wants to hear them or check in. So let's go talk to KE8VZA Eric and get the questions reread again. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA with the main trivia question. In what city was the first commercial cellular network deployed? Choices are Alpha, Atlanta, Bravo, Boston, Charlie, Chicago, or Delta, Denver. And this is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go down and talk to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. Could you read the alternate question for us, please?
KE8QKO, KE8YUK. Alternate trivia. Alexei Leonov conducted the first spacewalk, but what else did he do? A. He created the first work of art in space. B. He drew the first graffiti in space. C. He lost almost all of the onboard pens. Or D. He escaped a blind date with Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, who did not realize that Alexei was male. Back to you, Nick.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Lucy. Let's go back to, VK2DY. I thought you said you didn't hear the answers. Anyway, I'll read them again. Sorry, I've been a little distracted at the start of the net here. But I got your answers down as Charlie and Alpha, so thank you for that, sir. And this is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive Alpha with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're ready for some more check-ins. So anyone who would like to check into the Beaconette, please call now with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Julia Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Julia Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
All right, I'll take it one at a time. We got a good one there. We have K6KJV Kevin. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beaconette tonight?
Well, thank you very much there, Nick at Night. I appreciate the handout. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California. Hello to you, the rest of the crew, Miss Lucy and the youngins, and everybody else on the net. And, well, I ain't got no comments about the stupid bowl. That's all I got to say. Okay. And I'm going to take and do the trivia, and yep, double D's, Delta and Delta, because it don't matter what the answers or the questions are, you can never go wrong with Cornwall bean. And Lucy, keep up the good work with the Cornwall beans. So with that, I'll say God bless 73 to each and every one of all y'all, your families and friends, and pass the mic back to you to Nick at Night from K6KJV.
All right, thank you very much there, Kevin. We got your answers down for Delta and Delta. We appreciate you checking in. Okay, is there anyone else out there who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Okay, Steph, we'll recheck and give a couple answers. And all there are, just give a couple answers. KCF QV.
All right, I have KC at FQV there, Mark. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, KCFQ. On the main trivia, Chicago, and I think that was C. And on the alternative, I'm going to say A. So we'll send it back to the net, KCFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. Again, thanks for checking in there. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. I had a feeling this might be a short net tonight. I don't know why, just a hunch. So let's go talk to that control team and see how they're doing. KE8VZA, Eric, how you doing, sir? What do you have for us tonight?
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here. Doing all right there, Nick. Yeah, I watched the game, and yeah, what a game. Wow. Like I said earlier, the Eagles definitely did their homework and then some. They're almost like reading Mahomes' mind, but it was kind of eerie there a little bit. So many sacks. But anyway, trivia, before I forget, I'm going to abstain, obviously, from the main, and I'm going to go with Delta. I like that Cornwaldo bean answer. Cracks me up. So we'll go with Delta. And let's see, Nor's, the other club I belong to, had their weekend lunch on Saturday at the Red Lantern Japanese restaurant. We had a good turnout for that. I think we had about 20 people there, roughly, 18, 20. And good time was had by all. The food was really good. And it was good to see everybody. We've been helping our daughter get ready to move. She's going to move out this coming Saturday into her own apartment. She's has graduated college here this past spring and has a job, and she lived at home for a little bit, saved up a little pile of money, and decided to go ahead and branch out on her own. So it's good to see, and it'll be nice to get her settled. She's not going to be that far away, maybe 3 miles away from us, but it's good. Anyway, watched the movie Groundhog Day. Yeah, it was funny. They played it over and over and over on Groundhog Day, and I recorded it, and because I only caught snippets of it. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I watched it earlier today. Man, that's a hilarious movie. Totally hilarious. My driveway is a sheet of ice, and spread a little path of sand on it so I could get to the mailbox and back without killing myself. Don't have any salt. I thought I had a bag, but none to be found. So had sand. That'll work. I'll pick up some salt sometime this week. Anyway, hopefully it'll melt. That'd be nice. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. Congratulations on your daughter moving out. I know it's a big step, and not just for her. It's a big step for you guys too. Yeah, I totally get the ice this weekend. My son went on a ski trip to Peak and Peak with his school. They organized a big trip
trip, and a bunch of families get together, and they all go, and the kids ski all day on Saturday. I don't ski, so I just kind of hung out in the lodge. And then we came home, got snow there Saturday night, and then came home to a sheet of ice on the driveway and the porch and everything. So had to be careful carrying things in earlier today. So I can understand that ice. Well, thanks for doing all your work today, Eric. We appreciate it. Next, K88 EPC, Dustin is in and out. And before I go, we'll go on now. Go on next, talk to K88 SLG, Josh Nick. How you doing, sir? What do you have to Beacon at tonight?
K88 QKO, this is K88 SLG. Good evening, Nick at night, and all the Beaconessence. Good to hear you, man. Yeah, I'm not surprised by the slower net this evening at all. I did not partake of any of the game, I don't think. I checked the score a couple of times and giggled. Trivia? Chicago, I think that was Charlie, and of course I have to go with Delta. Any answer with a Cornwaldo bean is my answer. So, speaking of Groundhog Day, yeah, it's Groundhog Day again. My foot is up with the ice machine pumping some melting ice through it. So, there you go. Little XCOM meeting this afternoon with the brain trust of Sarah. That was fun. That's Josh. All right, man. You have a good one, and man, I can just see you being a lodge bunny there. Ski dude. Talk to you later, Nick, good night. This is K88 SLG. Back to net control.
All right, thanks, Nick. Yeah, you know it. I had short shorts, fuzzy slippers, the whole shebang. I was just sitting there chilling out, having a great time. So thanks for coming back there, Nick. You got your answers down with Charlie and Delta. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 290, positive outside with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to go talk to W8HRF Josh. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net?
K8QKO and the Beacon Net. This is W8HRF. Sitting here finishing watching the Super Bowl. I honestly did not watch. I just every now and again glanced over. It's just kind of on the television. So we had some family over, which was nice, and we paid more attention to the poker game than the Super Bowl, but it was still nice to look over every now and again. I had a really good weekend. It was a really good weekend. Chopped some wood yesterday. Got my HF antenna back up before the winter weather rolled back in. Oh, man. Went and watched my brother-in-law play hockey. He lost, but it was a good game, so it was close. Lots of sports this weekend, I guess. And got the house a little clean, which feels good, and practiced some CW yesterday. That's been going well. Lots of good stuff. The XCOM meeting, like Nick mentioned. So, yeah, it was good. It was a very good weekend, so very grateful. Let me think. For trivia, I'm just going to answer the main. I'm going to go with Chicago. I'm going to abstain on the second one there. And you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the video of them wheeling out these stages onto the field, just to see how. I don't know. I'm going to look on YouTube to see if I can find a video of that happening. I want to see that happen. They always cut to the commercials when they're doing that. Anyways, we'll say 7-3 all. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks for doing the net, Nick. Good to hear you. K8QKO, W8HRF.
All right, thank you, Josh. Glad you had a good time playing poker with the family. That sounds like a lot of fun. I haven't done anything on the Super Bowl Sunday in so long because Sundays. I wish it was on a Saturday. I really don't understand why it's on a Sunday. It seems like Saturday would just be you could have a much bigger sort of event around it, and you could have more parties and people hanging out, and I don't know. It just seems like it'd be a better option, but that's just me. It'd be more than the Super Bowl, I guess, if you did that, but it's a reason to have a good party. Next, we have your better half, KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, ma'am? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, KE8YUK. Josh pretty much nailed all of it. We got to see a lot of family this weekend. My brother came back from his off-site job out in Washington State, so it was really good to see him again for such a long time. Very grateful for that. Yeah, Ben's game was good. He expected to be absolutely demolished, and they kept it pretty even, so he was relieved that it wasn't a total floor mopping like other games I could mention. Oh, I had something else I was going to say. I don't remember what it is. Betty is growing up so fast. Very clever, very sneaky. Ate the majority of my dinner tonight. That's fine. She ate, which is a win. No, she didn't touch the green beans. The meatloaf was in danger. The green beans were totally fine. Yeah, just really sleepy. So, kind of grateful that it seems to be a shorter net. As far as trivia answers go, I am going to go with Alpha Chicago, just because that seems like the biggest city available. And, of course, I have to go with D for alt trivia. That's pretty much it for my 2 cents. I'll pass it back to you. Night, everybody. God bless.
All right, thank you, Lucy. I understand wanting to go to bed. I'm not too far away from that myself, so I'm happy to have a short net and catch some Z's. Next, I believe he should be home now. We have KI5DAY. Alan, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net with Larry. Yeah, he didn't get to go with me tonight to watch the Super Bowl, but he was hanging out watching his favorite National Geographics on the state parks. He likes to watch the Bears. I don't know, it's weird. He likes Grizzlies. Anyways, yeah, man, I was at a Super Bowl party with my class, and what do I have for trivia other than that is, I guess, the answers for the trivia. Thank you, Miss Lucy, for stepping in there. I appreciate it. I knew I wasn't going to get home till late. I'm going to go with whichever one for the telephone communications thing, whatever that was, Atlanta. The other one, I'm going to have to definitely go with, he lost all the pins. That would suck, losing all your pins on the space station. So that's just funny enough to go with. I'm going to go with that one. But anyways, I'm pretty tired. I got a monster headache, but we had a good time tonight. And, yeah, I'm pretty beat. So I'm going to kick back and relax and just chill for the rest of the night, I guess. And, man, what a horrible Super Bowl that was. But anyways, it is what it is. I'll say 73, KI5DAY, back to net.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Charlie. I think my answers are going to be Bravo and Bravo. See how that works out for me. Yeah, thanks for checking in there, Alan. Good to hear you, and enjoy your alt trivia night off. All right, this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're ready for check-ins. So anyone who'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, I guess it is going to be a short one tonight. Let's get the answer for our trivia. K8VZA, Eric, would you read the answer to the primary question, sir?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the answer for the main trivia question. So which city was the first city out of the choices to have the first cellular network deployed, first commercial cellular network? And your choices were Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, or Denver. And if you notice, the the letters went along with the first letter of the city as well there, so it kind of made it easy. Anyway, easy to remember anyway. But Charlie, Chicago was the first city. So let me take a break for time, and I'll read you the backstory. KE8VZA returning. So on October 13th, 1983, AT&T launched the first commercial cellular telephone service in Chicago. At the time, very few realized how profoundly this technology would change and benefit our lives. As it turned out, cellular wasn't just an incremental improvement, it was a new category that transformed communications. So there you have it. I'll post the answer in the blue screen, and this is KE8VZA back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. I got that one wrong, but that's how it goes. I kind of thought maybe Boston because of like MIT and some of all the universities that are out there, so that's why I went with it. But all right, I got it wrong. Let's go talk to KE8YUK Miss Lucy and get the answer for our all trivia.
All right, everybody, KE8YUK here. All right, alt trivia. Oh, sorry to do this one-handed. Okay, Alexei Leonov conducted the first spacewalk, but what else did he do? A, he created the first work of art in space. B, he drew the first graffiti in space. C, he lost almost all of the options. Or D, he escaped a blind date with Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, who did not realize that Alexei was male. The answer is A, Alpha. While on the mission, Leonov drew a small sketch of an orbital sunrise, producing the first ever work of art made in outer space. That being said, his spacewalk was eventful. He exited the capsule Voskhod 2 for a 12-minute and 9-second spacewalk, but almost didn't make it back into the spacecraft. During his spacewalk, his spacesuit had inflated in the vacuum of space to the point where he could not fit back through the airlock. He had to open a valve to allow some of his suit's pressure to bleed off and was just barely able to get back inside of the ship. So he went through a lot, but he was also an artist. That is it for alt trivia. Back to you, Nick. Good night. God bless everybody. KE8YUK.
All right. Well, thank you, Lucy. Another fine question. Excuse me, break.
W8WKY, W8WKY, repeater PL114.8.
All right, KE8 returning. Sorry to tickle in my throat. You know, it might have been a better story if you would have had to like cut off a finger like Vincent Van Gogh to fit into the airlock, but I guess that wouldn't be as accurate. That'd be a good story. Anyway, thanks for doing the alt trivia tonight, Lucy. Appreciate it. And, yeah, so anyone up there who would like to check into the BeaconNet now that you've done the trivia, we're doing a round of check-ins or rechecks or whatever, say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically along with your name and location.
Charlie Mike Delta, Victor Echo 1, Charlie Mike Delta, Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, Canada. First name here is Corey there. Just I'll give you a check in there. Just kind of a latecomer. Yeah, kind of a little bit of a latecomer here, but I'll give you a check in and I'm going to listen along. Over.
All right, I got Victor Echo 1, Charlie Mike Delta, Corey. Do you have any additional comments there, Corey? You just want to check in and out?
Yeah, no, the only comment there, you're doing a great job on the net there, and sounds very interesting, and yeah, we'll be back again to listen in again for sure, but we're going to listen along here, and we're going to give you a check-in here from the beautiful island of Cape Breton. Over.
All right, sounds great, Corey. Thanks for checking in there. It's good to hear you. And yeah, we're actually just about to close this down. It's a short night for us tonight. I think people are watching the Super Bowl and not checking into the BeaconNet, so which it happens. So so we're probably going to wrap this up here. Actually, you're the last check-in, so we've got a little spiel I'm going to go through, and that's going to give you some more information about the BeaconNet as well. If you want to come back and talk to us, we're happy to have you. I'm going to break for time. All right. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8VZA, KD8SLG, KD8EPC, KI5DAY, W8HRF, and KE8YUK, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us. Actually, I'm going to break from my script for a second and reiterate that the BeaconNet does meet every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater with pre-show check-ins starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO, returning the repeaters to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.